How to conjugate ER, IR verbs in the present tense. So first off, we want to go ahead and write out our conjugation tables, one for ER endings and one for our IR endings. Now these two share the same exact endings apart from one. So ER, we have O, S, E, hemos, en, and IR has O, S, E, imos, en. And I've just included down here in the bottom left the translations, but you can see there in the we conjugation, that's the only difference. So lucky for us, this is the only instance where we have to write out two separate conjugation tables because in every other tense, ER and IR share the same exact endings. So for our first example, I'm going to go with comer, which means to eat. So we just want to write out comer, cross out the ER, and replace it with any one of the endings above. So I'm going to go with the S ending to make comes because I want to use the you conjugation. So comes means you eat. And that's all there is to it. So let's go ahead and try it with the IR ending. I want to use vivir, which means to live. So we'll write out vivir, cross out the ending, and replace it with, let's replace it with e to make vive. Oh, oops, not gonna have enough room. Let me redo that. So once again, let's write out vivir, which means to live. And then once again in its infinitive form, which just means no conjugations. So we'll cross out the IR, and I'm gonna go with e to make vive, which could mean any of the following here, but for this case, let's just go ahead and say he lives. So here's how we can use our newly conjugated words in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and say, comes comida picante, which means you eat spicy food. And since it's phrased as a question, we really mean, do you eat spicy food? Next up, I'll say, él vive en México, which means he lives in Mexico. So whenever you use the he, she, it, you formal conjugations, you want to go ahead and include personal pronouns. That just helps us specify who we're talking about. We could have also said ella, which means she, or we could have even said usted, which is you formal. So for example, we could have said ella vive en Mexico or usted vive en Mexico. Both are good.